All right, traders, I got very sick over the weekend. I have not been able to upload, but I am starting to feel a lot better. I believe I'll be 100% by Sunday. With that being said, I have to get this video out now because we are approaching the best setup at the best price. We are approaching such a key critical level, and it's going to be a great opportunity to short and buy put options if we get the bearish confirmation at this key level. So I'm going to be discussing the micro price action analysis for the SPY. This is going to give you a much better understanding on the key make it or break it levels to be trading at into the rest of this week. And I'm also going to be going over some of the macro price action analysis, but I do want to keep the main focus on the short-term price action and the day trading opportunities within this video. I got to keep it short because I'm not feeling very, very well. But let's get right into it. So in terms of the SPY, what I want to be discussing is, first things first, let me bring some awareness to this in terms of macro direction, right? So if you look at SPY, there's been like 3 nice little micro rallies throughout this year where it went up over like 10%. These are the closing prices that Google takes. You can see right here, it went up 10% from the lows. Right here, when it dipped to the 370s, it went up, it dipped to the 360s. It went up 17.45% from the closing price, not the lows. And then right here, it is currently up from the closing price 14%. So we are approaching a very, very higher end side of where SPY has been topping out from a macro point of view. Now, I do want to bring awareness to that. So this is the key level in terms of the micro, because I do believe for the short term, I do believe for the micro, we are due for a pullback. Now, I'm going to be giving you the best level possible to short and buy put options on. This is going to be the most competent level you can be really trading at into the rest of this week if we can hit this level. And it's going to be this level right here. It's going to be $410.97. So here's how I'm looking at this, right? I'm looking at all of the micro rallies that SPY has had this year, and it's been topping out from 10% to 17% from the closing price. We are starting to approach the higher end range of where it's been topping out, right? So obviously I'm more short biased, I'm more bearish. I'm looking for an opportunity to buy puts. In terms of my style of trading, I don't like buying high. I don't like buying breakouts, especially in a bear market. If I'm buying, I want to buy at a dip. I want to buy at a key support level on the daily, a key gap fill level on the daily. So example, well, if I wanted to buy SPY, this would be a phenomenal level right here, $374. There's a gap to fill below. There was also a nice gap at some support here at 394. That was a nice gap, close reversal to fill the gap above, right? So that's my style and that's my approach. So right now, I'm not interested in buying because I don't want to buy high. Now, that's not to say that I can't go higher, but in terms of fear of missing out, I have no fear of missing out. I don't have fear of missing out if it's not going to correlate with the strategy and with my approach to trading. So I will just sit on the sidelines until it hits the most competent potential level for a reversal. That's basically what I will do. And that level is going to be $410.97. So there's a gap to fill at $410.97. What I want you to do is I want you to set a price alert. By setting this price alert, you'll be ahead of the masses already, and you'll be in the most competent position for a trend reversal to potentially make money shorting the SPY, buying put options for a nice scalping opportunity. So 410.97, there's a gap to fill above, nice gap close reversal. Another reason why I don't like the idea of calls right now is because it's just so micro overbought. It's macro overbought, and it's also micro overbought, right? So those are the main reasons why I don't like calls right now. The same day expirations were up 10,000% from the lows today if you looked at the 405 strike. So, I mean, they're just too overbought and too overextended. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to hit 410.97. Once it hits $410.97, I will then wait for a roof to form. I want to see resistance. I want to see a top. I want to see bearish candlesticks. I want to see trend reversal confirmations. I want to see lower highs forming at that level. So say it hits that level initially. It starts breaking out, starts forming support. I will do nothing, but I will watch it and I will reset my price alert. I will keep setting this price alert until I see a bearish reaction at $410.97. And once I have came to the conclusion that this is the back side of the move, it's now confirmed resistance, there's bearish candlesticks, there's lower highs, it's showing signs of weakness, it's failing to break out, it's failing to react as a support level, it's forming a roof, it's forming the bearish pins, bearish trend reversal confirmations that I look for, it's stagnant towards the highs, it's just not doing much. I will then look to buy put put options at this level. So the key level is $410.97. Now, what would be the micro price target on that? In terms of the micro price target, what I would say is if you're going short, buying puts, scalping, it is a very good level, but I would aim for about 2 points in terms of micro in and out scalps. I would aim for about 2 points. So I would set your target at like 408.70 to 409. That's what I would set your target at. And if you want to aim for a second target, so what I would do is if you're aiming for a second target and you're being more greedier and it looks bearish at the time at 409, you want to hold a little bit, I would take 70% to 80% of profits at 409, and then I would leave the rest to ride towards 406. Towards 406 is where I would leave the rest to ride in terms of the micro day trading opportunity, right? So that's what I want to bring awareness to. Now that is a setup. And so what I like doing is I like taking my profits off automatically at the first target. Now, there are certain setups due to the rarity, due to the, overbought reversal confirmation, due to the gap close reversal. There are certain setups where you can aim for a second target. And I do believe this is one where you can hold longer. I do believe this is one where you can aim for a second target. But with that being said, no matter what I believe, the market doesn't care what I think. It can hit my first target, and if I hold, I can give back all my profits, and then it can turn to a red trade if I don't get out, right? And I don't want that to happen. So I would encourage you to just take off, if you take that trade, to take off the vast majority of the profits at 409, and then if you're super confident and it looks bearish at the time towards 409 under that, then you can hold like 20-30% on for another 2-point drop. That's how I would play it. Always lock in your profits at the first initial key level. And then if you want to, you can leave some on to initially ride for the second target. And like I said, for second targets, I rarely do it. I only do it at the best setups at the best prices. And this would be one, since it's so overbought and there's a gap to fill above. And if we get the bearish reaction, this would be one where you can aim a little bit more than you normally would. But don't let that, create greed and create a situation where you give back your profits. Protect your profits no matter what, no matter how amazing this setup truly is, right? So that's my thoughts and that's my analysis. I want to go short there. The strategy is my favorite strategy. It's a gap close reversal. It's a gap close reversal. So we're going to look for that gap to fill, and then we're just going to wait. No matter how long it takes, we're just going to wait for it to show signs of a reversal, right? So initially it could show signs of bullish confirmations. That doesn't mean I'm going to buy it because I don't want to chase. I have no fear of missing out, right? So I will just sit and watch and reset the price alert until it reacts bearish, right? So that's what I'm doing. I'm simply waiting for it to react the way I want it to. Initially, it might not react the way I want it to, so then I don't enter the trade. Once it does react the way I want it to, so I may have to reset the price alert. If it reacts bullish, I got to reset the price alert then below instead of above to 410.97. Once it reacts bearish, I scalp the puts to 409, second target's 406. That's the thoughts, that's the analysis for the SPY. Very, very simple. It's a gap close reversal. It's extremely overbought. These micro rallies have been topping out throughout the year from 10 to 17%. That's my thoughts, that's my analysis. Now, if the bulls do take control, and for those wondering, well, if they do take control and they do turn 412 into support, how high is the SPY going to go? So in terms of how high it can go, if it breaks above 412, next level will be like this, I will say around 400 and, $415, right around 415. And like I said, I have no interest in calls. It's very important to understand reactions and to confirm if the bulls or bears are in control. But it's also important to understand when is it time to sit out and sit on the sidelines. The bulls may be in control, but does it really make sense for me to chase this and buy calls, right? No, it doesn't. I could just wait for a much better entry. So I'm just going to focus on puts, but I'm not going to let that, blindside me. I'm not going to sit here and say that it's going to top at 410.97. If there's a bullish reaction, I'm going to respond to what the market's telling me and then take that information and see how it relates with my strategy, right? So based off my strategy, my approach to trading, I don't want to buy the breakout. So if it reacts bullish, I'll just sit on the sidelines and wait for it to react bearish. If it doesn't react bearish, then I'll just do nothing in the meantime. Now, I do want to bring some awareness to this. So in terms of the macro, puts have been getting slaughtered. So much money was lost on October and November puts for those who were swing trading. And that is something that I was not doing. I was telling people to wait. There's people in my chat room who actually believed that SPY wasn't going to hit $410 by the end of this year. And we had a couple members who were with me on that. Most weren't. Most thought it was just going to crash right back down. And I was telling people, I don't think it's going to crash until the beginning of next year in terms of that big macro crash that people are looking to swing puts on and just kind of ride out for like a month. I really don't think it's going to happen until the end of the year based off of patterns that I'm seeing. I'm not going to be going too much into the reasoning why I'm behind this right now because I'm not feeling my best. But in terms of the macro, what I will say is in terms of swing trading, if we get bearish candlesticks, so, if we get bearish candlesticks on the daily where it's just chopping at the top, it's forming red bearish candlesticks on the daily chart. Those candlesticks are not confirmed until the market closes. If we can get them at 410.97 with confirmed resistance on the daily, I will swing trade some puts for a nice little micro crash. In terms of the macro, the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. We can still see some upside. I still believe there can be some upside left. But this 410.97 is going to tell me everything it is that I need to know. But it's just very important to be aware that SPY has many gaps to fill. There's a gap to fill at 422. There's a gap to fill at 427. There's actually a gap to fill right here at $461.55. And for those who have been swing trading longer term puts holding, they've been getting crushed since mid-October. And there's just no reason for that to change right away. I think it can still take a lot more time. So that's more in the future. I do believe there's going to be a phenomenal opportunity coming up. I personally think it's going to happen towards end of December, and then it's really going to start to tank towards like January to February. See that really nice pullback. That's my current views on it. So I really have no interest as of now in entering like a super long-term put position. I kind of want to wait that out a little bit. But in terms of swing trading, like I said, this is a day trade and a swing trade opportunity. If it closes bearish with a bearish candlestick on the daily and it looks bearish, you can swing puts at 410.97. That's not determined until the market closes. So to swing trade, you got to wait till the very last minute to enter puts. The swings I enter with my confirmations are based off the next day's price action. So I take the trades right before the market closes. So basically when I enter them, I'm not really up or down the day I enter because I enter right before the market closes. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts. That's my overall analysis. Please don't go blindly buying puts. For those of you who've been swing trading, like I've been saying, there's been no reason to be swing trading puts, this whole time. It's on a consistent uptrend. Resistance right here reacts to support. Resistance right here reacts to support. Resistance is now reacting as support. Like there's been no reason to be swing trading puts. So yeah, just be aware of that. And I gave you the information on what to look for in terms of swing trading puts. Also gave you the information on what to look for in terms in day trading puts. And that's my analysis on the SPY. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot. With that being said, we're going to be reopening up, launching a new Trader Society program very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. It's expected to come, by the end of December to January 1st. So just stay tuned for that. More information has come. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. We will be releasing details once everything is ready to launch. Thank you guys so much. I will see you within the next one.